Okay, Statue Hunter 75 coming here to you with a review of a statue from one of my favorite companies, Pop Culture Shock Collectibles. They are an amazing company. Big fan of Jerry's, I always say that. It is the Street Fighter Vega collectible statue from their Ultra line, and I am really digging this line. I already got the green exclusive. That one came absolutely perfect. This one came with a few minor flaws, which I'll message Pop Culture Shock, and their customer service has been amazing. So I'm sure they'll take care of me. I'll get into the minor flaws when we review the statue, but I kind of had a funny feeling when I was opening it and the tape was already cut. So I think it might have been a returned, or I don't know, maybe it was a factory inspection and they didn't do a good job sealing it, but the tape was already cut off. Like, it almost came open when I was pulling out of the box. So I'm always going to give a fair review, and I'm telling you all the facts. I'm not trying to trash at all. It is nothing major. They're going to rectify it. I know they will, so I'm not worried at all. So don't start jumping on the bandwagon. Oh, they sent you a return statue. It wasn't that, and probably just a bad inspection at the factory, and they didn't seal it properly or something. Had some minor damage. We'll get into that, okay? But this is from Pop Culture Shock Collectibles. And here is all your stats. I didn't go over the box with the green exclusive. The boxes are the same, so I figured I'll get into it here for you with the regular. Well, this is also an exclusive. It's just the green one was a super exclusive one, I guess. Let's call it that. And here is a little bio from Vega, I guess. And you can obviously pause that and read all that if you wish. And this guy, I'm coming to you from the laundry room here, where I have enough room to spin these boxes around. This guy is upside down, but it is number 213 of 375 limited edition. So that's the back of the box. We saw the bottom of the box and the other side of the box and the front of the box. So we do see this is the PCS exclusive because it had the switch out unmasked head and masked head and the art print. So I think the regular just came with one head. And the green exclusive was the super exclusive one with the lower edition size and the green. Okay, let's get to the statue. Thanks. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the statue here. Here we see the certificate of authenticity. We see this is a Street Fighter Vega collectible PCS collectible statue, PCS exclusive certificate of authenticity. I can't read tonight. Jerry Macaluso, president of Pop Culture Shock Collectibles. It is number 213 of 375, as I said earlier when we looked at the box. And we see Pop Culture Shock Collectibles and the Capcom brand logos at the bottom. And that's it. It's just a one-sided certificate of authenticity. And then the other cool thing with this Ultra line is they are giving you an exclusive art print, which is really cool too. It's from E. Huang. I think it's Edwin Huang. He's one of the very talented Udon artists. And I'm a big fan of all the artists over there at Udon that do the Street Fighter comics and Street Fighter books of that nature. My favorite artist, no offense to anyone else, is my absolute favorite Street Fighter artist is Alvin Lee. I'm a big fan of his artwork and especially his Akuma drawings. But I am a fan of all of them. But let's get into this. Right off the bat, I know people are always concerned with flaws. When I mentioned a flaw, the statue itself came in perfect condition. The only problem was, like I said, it was already open, and besides the statue, the claws are, as you see, I'm moving it, they're loose. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but they are wobbly. I think you can see that there it is, going in and out of place. The epoxy or whatever is loose, and that's not supposed to be like that because my green one was firm and secure. So I know that is damage. I don't know if it was repaired. I know on the green you could see a little epoxy, so I'm not going to say it was repaired. I'm thinking maybe it just got damaged in shipping. So it appears that all three of them are loose. Actually, it wasn't just this one. It's this middle one Yeah, even this guy's a little loose, not as loose as the other two, but we can't have that, especially when you're paying this much money for these statues. So I will be messaging Pop Culture, and the customer service I know will take care of me. They're excellent. So I'm sure they'll just send me out another claw hand. Not a big deal. The other thing that there's really no other damage on the statue. Everything else is great. We'll get into the review of the statue. So that was the one minor thing. And then the only other thing people nitpicked about, I love this sculpt and how they did the three-dimensional effect with the hair glued over. But people nitpicked. I will say on my green exclusive, the tongue in no way touches the hair, but I think there is a slight touch if we can get focused on this one. The hair is actually touching the tongue, which doesn't bother me. Everyone else it bothers. I mean, his hair could be blowing into his tongue. I know you do kind of want to see the tongue on the exclusive head. What can you do? Not a big deal. That does not bother me, but people made a big fuss about how in the prototype the hair is nowhere near the tongue, as you can see there in the picture, but not a big deal. It does not affect my opinion of the statue. Like I said, my green one, it does not touch it. It's very close, but it does not touch it. On this one, there is actually contact. But not a problem. It doesn't bother me at all. I think that's an amazing sculpt. I think it's a wonderful portrait. I think the face of Vega is great. The paint work is awesome. The paint application is really good. I didn't even notice that dimple there. I don't know if the green one has that. Anyway. Maybe it does. But I don't have the green one right next to me right now to compare it. But just like the green one, the all of the nice gloss on the nails, you can see the cuticles and everything. And the paint application on the mask with the Vega symbol. Really cool. Like I said, big fan of this Ultra line. I'm very happy I picked these up. I did order the Jury and the Cami. I did not get the Zangief, unfortunately, because I already have the original Zangief, and he's a big space taker. He does look really cool, and if you didn't have a shot at the original, like I was fortunate enough to have a waitlist convert on Sideshow way back in the day, you probably want to pick it up, the Ultra one, because it is quarter scale. The only thing is it just doesn't have the mixed media. It is all sculpt, just like this statue. And as you can see, when I reviewed the green one, I made my review. I'm reviewing the same statue. It's basically a different paint application. So this review is going to be very similar to the green one. So if you already caught that, but still, if you like my reviews, keep watching. But I did talk and touch on how it's layered. You know, we have the actual head here with the face, and over the face, epoxied, is the mask. And then over that epoxied is the top layer, the front layer of hair. So it's a three-dimensional effect where you actually see the eyes under the mask, which is really cool. Love how Jerry did that. Love that feature. And then you see the strap holding the mask on under his hair in the back, going around the back of his head. That's awesome. It's held on by a magnet. And it is a very strong magnet, like so. It fits on seamlessly. There is no crease or anything like that. You don't see. It's just perfect. They did a great job. Fantastic job. Of course, we have Vega's trademark snake tattoo, and this is the purple version. I never was fortunate enough to pick up the purple exclusive of the regular mixed media line, the original line on the quarter scale that Jerry did. Oh, hold on one second. A little piece of styrofoam. We'll get rid of that. But I definitely wanted to make sure I picked up the purple Vega here, so I had the purple and the green on this one, on the Ultra. I already reviewed on the green one the intricacies of the base. Look at that, like, detail. That artwork is just amazing with all the etchings and the flowers and the snakes, and then the Vega mask. Like I did comment on the green one, maybe we could have just put the Vega symbol on the mask. Still not a big deal. But even these designs at the bottom of the base, very intricate, detailed sculpture. Really cool. Loving the bases on this Ultra line. You know, they're dynamic. They're not like plain black like the regular original quarter scale line. But, you know, everything has its pros and cons. Like, I do like the idea of how the plain black base doesn't take away from the statue, and you're just looking at the statue, but also this doesn't hurt the statue. It's nice to have a nice dynamic base with the action pose statue jumping from the base. Sculpture is just amazing. I've gone over everything on the green one. I'm not trying to bore you with the same stuff. I mean, we just see all the detail. The musculature is perfect. Jerry and his team always do an amazing sculpt. I'm not sure exactly who sculpted this one, whether it was Jerry or John Cleary or who might have helped out on this. But the sculpt is amazing. The paint app from the factory is very nice. They always do a good job. It's never a sloppy paint job. The lines are very nice. And this is, as I reviewed earlier on the other one, is held on by a magnet. It's actually a pretty strong magnet. So that flag, or not flag, the sash is held on nice and snug by a magnet. So that's not going anywhere. And then we can also show you what he looks like without the mask on. Displayed with just the unmasked portrait, and we'll wrap it up. I will be displaying this one with the mask because the green one will be displayed without the mask when I have them side by side on my end display. I will be getting a final collection video review up one of these days. I just got to get some stuff sorted out with the setup of my collection in the statue cave here. But it is coming, I promise. I know you've all been asking for an updated collection review, and I will do that soon when I get a chance. But we see here the paint on the nails, the gloss on the nails, and the sharp fingernails, of course, trademark for Vega, and the veins in the hands. Everything is just so nicely done. Perfect. So that was, obviously, you would have them with the hand without the mask when the masked portrait is on. And then when you put the unmasked portrait on, you put, via the magnet here, the hand with the mask. So there you see Vega with his hair blowing in the wind and his tongue, you know, with the trademark Vega tongue smack that he does in the game. And then you see the hand holding the mask. Just a really cool statue. Very happy with this line. Oh, also very excited to see the announcement of the new Nintendo Switch. I might just pick that up now because, being a huge Street Fighter fan, they have the Street Fighter 2 Ultra new game coming out, which looks pretty cool. It's almost like a redesign of the old Street Fighter 2 Classic, just with way better remastered graphics. And I'm sure they put in some added stuff, I hope. So we'll see. I might pick that up one of these days. But getting back to the statue, we have a beautiful statue here. I will be reaching out to Pop Culture Shock's customer service about those minor flaws, and we'll get that rectified. They always come through with their customer service. Amazing customer service over there. So whoever tells you different, I don't know if I believe them. I've always had a pleasurable, perfect experience. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review. Have a good evening.